It's ready.
Oh. Hi, my name is Mai and I'll be doing my speech on the discovery of oxygen and photosynthesis. And my audience will be on the 7th graders at Northeast Middle School. So before I start my speech, I want everyone to inhale and exhale. Do you feel the oxygen going through your body? Anyways, let's start. So we can go a few days without food and water, but we can only go a few seconds without oxygen. I will discuss later the importance of oxygen. And oxygen is important because it keeps our body moving, keeps us functioning. Oxygen is made through the process called photosynthesis. And this is just one way to make oxygen. I believe there's other more ways to make oxygen. Anyways, so photosynthesis converts light into energy, and this is for plants. It happens in the chloroplast of the plant. In 1774, the scientist named Joseph Priestley discovered the importance of oxygen and photosynthesis. He lived in a neighborhood where there were public brewery, and he was inspired by the bubbling of the fermentation vats, and he decided to study fixed air. He performed an experiment where he used plants to model photosynthesis. What he did was he lit a candle and he covered the candle with a closed container. He observed what had happened when he covered the candle. The fire eventually died. He attempted the same experiment, but this time with a mouse. He closed the mouse off and the mouse eventually dies. At first he's a little confused about why this happened. And so he does the same experiment, but this time with a plant. He put the candle and lit the candle on fire along with the plant, covered it in this closed container, and watched as both of these function. So the candle does not die, and the plant isn't on fire, so they're right by each other. And he watches as the candle continues to burn. So he was a little amazed at first. He does it with the mouse, places the mouse and the live plant together, closes the container, and watch as the mouse continues to live successfully compared to the other results. And so he wasn't quite sure what was going on, how it was working, and then finally hit home that he just discovered the importance of oxygen and photosynthesis. So the process goes, the candle is burning and it's releasing carbon dioxide. The plant is taking the carbon dioxide, releasing oxygen through the process of photosynthesis, and the oxygen is feeding the fire on the candle, so it keeps that cycle going. And this cycle is also known as symbiosis. And symbiosis means that two things depend on each other to remain alive or stay alive. And the same cycle happens when he closes the container over the mouse and plant. Now, I just illustrated the importance of oxygen and why it is so important that we have oxygen to live. It's also very important that we have plants to keep the photosynthesis process going, and it's important that we keep our environment clean so that we get as much oxygen as we can. Try to surround ourselves with plants. That's very important, and both of these, carbon dioxide and oxygen, are two very important elements in life that we need to survive. Without oxygen, we wouldn't be here today, and without plants, we wouldn't be here today because no one will perform photosynthesis for us. And so it's very important that we keep the atmosphere balance. We keep the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide balance. That concludes my speech.